The three. That is true.
You won't believe how often this keeps happening. I get stopped on my way to work. I get stopped heading home. I even got pulled over while leaving the stadium after the game. And get this, I was still on Buffalo Bills property when it happened.
Being in college, I'd hit him dead in his damn head with it.
Breaking news is emerging about the incident at the Texas A&M game, where a state trooper shoved 2 South Carolina players. And now insiders are suggesting this may not have been just a random encounter. High-profile voices like LeBron James, Marshawn Lynch, and Shannon Sharpe are all calling out what they see as a blatant abuse of authority. Many are saying this officer shouldn't have a badge or a gun. Imagine what could have happened if this had occurred somewhere isolated at night. Thankfully, these players stayed focused, got back to the game, and protected their careers and safety. But we can't just let this slide. Here's what happened. During the Texas A&M versus South Carolina matchup on November 15th, Nick Harbor and Oscar Attaway were returning after a touchdown when the trooper confronted them. The viral video shows him shoving Harbor, pointing, and yelling before stadium security and campus police intervened. The trooper was immediately removed from game day duties, and the Texas Department of Public Safety launched an internal review. Their official statement said the Inspector General is looking into the matter, but offered no further details. Even so, the footage went viral and sparked outrage. LeBron James called it premeditated and said the officer should be suspended. Marshawn Lynch, speaking from personal experience with racial profiling, said he wasn't surprised by what he saw. And former NFL star Shannon Sharpe praised the players for keeping their composure, saying he would have lost it in college if he were in their shoes. One of the players even shared his own experience of being pulled over repeatedly, going to work, coming from work, even leaving the stadium, highlighting how pervasive these encounters can be. He described the surreal feeling of performing at a high level on the field while watching officers scrutinize him and the steps he had to take just to stay safe. This story isn't over. The conversation is just getting started.
Being in college, I'd hit him dead in his damn head with a football. I'm just telling you, just knowing me in college, Ocho, because I'm not going to be as professional as I am in an NFL setting. I'd hit him dead in his damn face with that football.
Hit him dead in his face, and you see that uniform he wearing?
I don't give a damn about that uniform. He had that uniform on when he bumped into 2 19-year-olds.
Okay, I see you.
I mean, Ocho, they try. If you go look at the one on the right, I think it was 27. He actually tries to move. He tried to inch out the way, and then you gonna bump it up and then turn around and point.
Listen, don't
worry about it.
I don't know what's wrong with the cop. Obviously, he's in the wrong. If anything, you could have got skinny and slid through them boys real quick.
Come on, man.
Problem.
Godfrey later weighed in as well, saying he believed the trooper intentionally made contact with those players. He also noted that the trooper wasn't even positioned inside the tunnel. He walked over there after the touchdown, seemingly just to confront them. And then suddenly you see this moment unfold.
And then all of a sudden you see this state trooper walk in between them, like purposely bumping them. And they're like, yo, what the f? And he's like, you get out of here. Got real violent, like belligerent with them. I'm sitting here like, what the f just happened? I go, yo. And by the way, guys, there's a long version of this video. They're only showing the short version. I have the longer version of this video. He actually was standing at his post watching the touchdown happen. Yeah. And then he decided to navigate his way over so that he could put himself in position to bump these dudes like he was a high school bully from the 80s.
Godfrey has a point because the media initially tried to spin this as some sort of clash between the players and the trooper. But there was no confrontation from the athletes. It was the trooper who tried to create one. And if this is how he treats black college athletes in a public place with cameras rolling, it raises the question, what does he do when he's out of sight and unrecorded? His track record needs to be reviewed thoroughly, including cases the public never hears about. Some insiders have even floated the idea that someone might have paid to target a player, suggesting the shove could have been planned or encouraged. Personally, it looks like the same systemic racism black athletes have dealt with for decades. No matter their success or visibility, they're still vulnerable to aggressive policing. There's a long history of law enforcement confronting black men with unnecessary force or intimidation, even in situations where they pose no threat at all. Harbor and Attaway were calm, simply walking, and still became targets. From high school to the pros, countless examples show black athletes being policed more harshly than their white counterparts, often without cause. Even elite players aren't exempt. Take Sterling Brown in 2018. As a Milwaukee Bucks rookie, a minor parking issue spiraled into police tasing and arresting him, despite him remaining largely compliant.
Take your hands out of your pockets now. I got stuff in my hands. Down. Down.
Usually, an illegal parking situation ends with a ticket, not an 8-minute standoff with several officers and a taser. But that's what happens when driving while black. The video of Sterling Brown spread everywhere, and eventually the city paid him a $750,000 settlement. But money doesn't erase the fact that he went through something no ordinary parking stop should ever become. Brown has said, incidents like this are part of daily life in black communities, and seeing it happen to someone so recognizable only makes it harder to ignore.
First, the police were saying that you were resisting, that you were being combative, but the video proves otherwise.
Exactly. Everybody thought I was combative, thought I was, being aggressive. But I get mad every time I watch it, because I was defenseless pretty much. This happens from coast to coast, it's something that's being shown more now that technology has advanced. And it's something that's been happening for years, and people's stories have not been told, people's stories have not been heard.
The university is supporting Jalen Butler as Butler and the ACLU pursue a lawsuit against 6 law enforcement officials for allegedly threatening the swimmer at gunpoint and unfairly detaining him as the teen returned from a conference championship swim meet a year ago.
Then there's Tyreek Hill. In 2024, right before a Miami game, he was pulled over, cuffed, and restrained in a way that felt excessive even for a traffic stop. Officers claimed he was being uncooperative, but the footage shows one cop yanking him out of his McLaren and slamming him to the ground. Even if Tyreek was frustrated, it's obvious at least one officer escalated it out of ego and anger. If you can't control yourself, you shouldn't be in law enforcement. And it's not just pros. Younger athletes face the same danger. In 2020, college swimmer Jalen Butler of Eastern Illinois University had officers point a gun at his head during a traffic stop, threatening to shoot. Police later claimed they mistook him for a suspect, but that's the excuse they always use. The university is backing Butler as he and the ACLU pursue a lawsuit against 6 officers who allegedly held him at gunpoint and detained him without cause while his team was traveling home from a championship meet. These stories aren't isolated. They're part of a larger pattern. Black men, whether students or professional athletes, face harsher policing than others. Those South Carolina players were in a tunnel filled with staff and security cameras, yet the troopers still acted aggressively. So imagine what happens in places with no cameras, no crowds, and no accountability.